Hey folks, so doing some machine work today, and I've got a cylinder to do next in line. It's an ATC 250R cylinder, but you can see the problem, and that is there's a stuck dowel pin in the bottom side, the base of the cylinder. Now, why do you see that rusty, crusty cap screw next to it? Well, that's what I'm going to use to remove it. And this happens quite often. You can see in the internal part of this, someone's tried to use an easy out. And there are several forms of easy outs. This one looks like it's got a fine, kind of a fine tread or a fine thread, so it grips the sleeve in more areas. And the idea is that's going to have more pressure and allow you to pull it out, to back it out. Well, in this case, it just wedged the sleeve into this bore. It's not really right to do it this way because it's making the sleeve grow, which is making it, it's counterintuitive, it's making it tighter. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this rusty, crusty 8mm cap screw, turn the head down so it's just the diameter of this on the inside, slightly smaller, or excuse me, slightly larger, and it will fit from the underneath. And then we'll put a nut on it with a spacer around the back side and draw it out. And I'll make this, I think it's right around 430 thousandths. Put in the lathe and turn that head off, and it will actually lock itself into this. It'll wedge itself in there, and then you can just pop these right out. If there's no other way, it's a blind, not really a blind hole, because you can get down inside of this thing. You've got that much room to work with, but you can't get back there and hit it with a punch or anything to knock it out. So this is a way of pulling it, and it's just a quick and dirty way to pull a sleeve. That I had some of these guys made a long time ago. I used to do a lot of cylinder work, but I don't know where they are. So I'm just going to make one quick in the lathe. I'll mock it up. I'll do another video on it. We'll call it part 2, and then you'll see part 3. It'll be pulled from the base. And this will work on pretty much anything that you can get a fastener through. You know, if it's a blind hole, then you have to do it a little differently. And I'll do a video on a completely blind hole and pulling the sleeve out or the dowel out on a separate video. There's lots of ways to do it, but this is and you can use a grinder if you don't have a lathe and make this work in your garage at home. If you're tearing a cylinder down and you got a rusty, crusty one that's stuck, I don't know what this one's going to look like when we get it out, but it's jammed in there pretty good. So yeah, stay tuned and watch the next video. You'll see how I have it mocked up, and then we'll pull it out in the third video.